How's it going, Canucks fans? David here, and what a win for the Vancouver Canucks over the Minnesota Wild today in Game 3 of the series. As I record this, it just ended. I just listened to some of the post-game interviews, and man, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. So in this video, I'm just going to go over what happened in Game 3 and preview Game 4, which is tomorrow, Friday night. Game's at 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 out West Pacific Time. But yeah, let's get right into it. So the game started, and honestly, I found Vancouver very slow. It was a slow start for the team. And Minnesota, again with a few early power plays, like we've seen in the past few games, kind of has control, I guess. The shots were like 8-4 at one point, maybe 8-3. So Minnesota had control early, but then at the end of the period, I found Vancouver slowly got better. In the first period, really, I didn't notice a top six that much, and I was scared that it was going to be like Game 1 again, because we didn't really create any notable chances. Sutter had a good look, actually, but besides that, nothing too exciting takes place in the first. And then in the second, Minnesota gets into penalty trouble, and we had our fair share too, but on one of Vancouver's power plays, Brock Besser scores. And this marks 6 years since the car crash of his two friends, and his buddy Ty, as he said in the post game, died 6 years ago today. And he was playing motivated, and he scored for his friend, as you saw on the bench, pointing up. And it was super nice to see Brock score, especially against Minnesota, considering he probably has a lot of buddies watching. It was sick. I was so pumped when Brock scored. I erupted. And then, yeah, and Vancouver just kind of kept bringing it that second. They looked good. In the second period, it was getting feisty again. Fiala took a shot at Markstrom, and Stetcher hit him. And then Sutter came over and chucked him into the wall. How no, Sutter didn't get a penalty. Elias Pettersson saw get hit from behind as he was kind of already bent over. And Hartman, who Pettersson hurt last game, knocked him, and Pettersson went in. So it was getting feisty. Miller tried to drop the gloves with him, and the refs didn't allow him because Fiala had a helmet off. But things were getting nasty again. And like we said in the past few post games, this series is a mean one. And even just listening to the panel and the intermission there, they're saying out of the series, this one feels most like the playoffs, because it technically isn't playoffs, it's a play-in, and it just feels like it's so intense. There's a lot of checking, and after a slow first, I was concerned, but Vancouver comes out flying in the second, and they start getting chances, and they would carry that into the third. Roussel, although having a bit of pressure on them early, Roussel comes flying down. He looked like McDavid with that speed. Comes in, puts it to the backhand. Kind of hits Stalock in the chest. I'm not really sure how it goes in. It squeaks through. And Vancouver just keeps the pressure coming. Bo Horvat has a wide open net, and Stalock robs him with the glove. And Vancouver's power play, again, like last game, kind of looked rough throughout the most part of the game. Kind of turns it up in the third. And they got into a bit of penalty trouble themselves. They kill it off. Vancouver's defense looked a lot better this game. They had an easier time getting the puck up. They kept more shots to the outside. It felt like Markstrom still had to make his saves, and I'm going to get to him because he played great. But Vancouver's team in front of him definitely helped them out as well. And yeah, it was just super enjoyable to watch. So at this point, Vancouver's up 2-0, and Vancouver gets another power play at the end of the game. And I think the power play expired by this point, but Quinn Hughes goes up the ice, passes it with 1 minute and 22 seconds left, cross crease to Elias Pettersson, the one-timer from one knee, puts it home, and that's 3-0, and Vancouver would conclude the game and win 3-0. Wow, what a great ending to the game too, because last game we were up 4-1, and then kind of gave up a few goals and left a bit of doubts in some people's mind. But today we answered all of them. Looked really good. Again, the penalty issue is the biggest one for me, and specifically Tyler Myers. And I feel bad because I roasted him after Game 1. I roasted him after Game 2. But come on, man. 3 penalties. Stop going to the box. What's so difficult? And I know he plays a hard game or whatever. But man. But I will say Fattenberg had a better game. Like, I didn't really notice him, which is good for a defenseman, I guess, because that means they're doing their job. But Olli Juolevi took warm-ups, and I thought he was going to go in. I got kind of excited. He didn't. But we did see Zach McEwen come into the lineup. He slotted in on the fourth line. Vertanen was bumped up to the third. And McEwen looked good. He did. He was finishing his checks. Didn't get a ton of ice time, especially in the back half of the game. But he did his job. I will say the penalty kill has been fantastic. I grilled them after the first game because of the 2 shorties that they gave up. But I'm pretty sure it's been 15 penalty kills in a row that I saw online. I think that's what it is. And they've honestly been really good, especially Tyler Mott. He had a career high in ice time today. He was killing it, just blocking shots. Tanev, too, just eating pucks. You saw that Dumbo one that ripped him in the side of the leg there. That was a huge block. Just everyone stepped up. It was a great game. All 4 lines played good. Again, another good game for the Lotto line. Even though I wouldn't say they're best, I still think there's room to do better next game. Like a few sloppy passes, a few sloppy plays. But overall, a really good game. I like the Horvat line. They shut it down. Didn't notice them a bunch, but they were doing their job. Third line looked good. And I will say Brandon Sutter had a great game too. Sutter had one of his best games I've seen as a Canuck. Just getting chances. He had 2 really good ones. He was good on the penalty kill. A big part of why they were able to shut Minnesota down. And Vancouver makes it another game without getting scored on at even strength against the Minnesota Wild. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm just super excited. And lots of reason to be. Canucks fans, take today, celebrate. But tomorrow's game 4. And we have to expect Minnesota to bounce back. Season on the line. They're definitely not going to roll over. They're a tough, physical team. And I feel like tomorrow they're going to come out and try and stop us from getting to the middle, like we saw in that game 1. And today we were able to. But I really think Minnesota's defense has a lot of room for improvement. And yeah, I don't know. Vancouver did a good job at capitalizing on them today. But they obviously have room to improve. And their offense really, even though Markstrom played great, definitely one of my 3 stars. Amazing to see him get his first career playoff shutout after getting his first win Tuesday. But I don't think Minnesota, they probably wouldn't say they did a good enough job at challenging him. And part of that is, like Elliot Freeman was saying, part of that is the star power. The only player on Minnesota that I hold my breath when they get the puck is Kevin Fiala. But even with that being said, though, they have to do more as a team to create more high danger chances. So Vancouver has to be ready for that. They're gonna play physical. They're gonna play mean, and I expect this nasty series to go on till tomorrow. I'm hoping Vancouver can end it. I don't want to have to wait for a game 5 on Sunday. Take the weekend, take a break. Hopefully Goddard can come into the lineup. Roussel's face can heal up even more. It was great to see him back. And maybe Toffoli, who knows? He was in a walking boot last I heard, which isn't great. And I recorded my video before this came out yesterday, but Ferland's back to Manitoba. So odds are, even if Van makes it deep, we won't get him back. Hope it's not another concussion issue, because that would be bad. But, man, it was great to see. It was just so exciting. Brock, man, when he scoring, Wall getting hit, just tucking it in after the Pedersen rip. It was so awesome to see. Everyone was doing well. And happy for Markstrom. Happy for Travis Green, too. And the Canucks are 1 win away. 1 win away from moving on to Stanley Cup playoffs for the first time since 2015. It's exciting, Canucks fans. Get pumped. Tomorrow, game 4. And yeah, this video I kind of kept short, but let me know what you think, if you agree or disagree with me. And yeah, what are you excited for game 4? And yeah, what can the Canucks do better? What's Minnesota going to do? Let me know. I think it's going to be intense. And I think Vancouver still has room to get better, though. Like I said, sloppy passes kind of for the first part of the game. Started sluggish. Power play wasn't super effective besides that 1 goal. And they had a few good looks at the end of the game. But I still think there's room to improve for Vancouver. I think there definitely is for Minnesota. Both teams are probably wishing they were more disciplined. Game 4 is going to be interesting, nasty, and yeah, can't wait. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked, please, if you enjoyed what you watched, please like, subscribe, comment, and follow me on Twitter at FanVancouver. Thank you so much for watching, and go Canucks Go.